As much as we have learned from the old Blue Top, we are continuing to learn so much with the new one.
Welcome to the Blue Top Podcast. We are Sofia and Ariana Jewelewicz, twin sisters and co-founders of Blue Top Legend and Blue Top Yachting.
This is where we dive into all things yachting, maritime marketing, and running a business on and off of the water. From insider tips to stories that inspire, we're here to help you navigate success.
Last time we were speaking about the repairs and upgrades we made to the boat that basically started it all. Today we're reflecting on how that experience really laid the foundation for Blue Top Legend.
From the lessons learned to the crazy memories that we made, this episode is all about how those early days worked to shape our brand and our vision.
We learned so much from repairing the boat on our own. We spent countless hours out there, countless days. Before we could even get that boat in the water, we needed to make sure that she was shining brighter than the stars could possibly shine. Using that, we were able to problem solve when we needed to in case something happened on the water. And with Mini Blue Top, that tended to happen a lot. We had our engine alarm go off for oil. We had water come in from the bottom of the boat. We fully thought that we were sinking. We learned to figure it out as we went. I remember one time we had to come home because of the water leaking from the floorboard. Came home, put the boat on the jet ski dock, and we found a 6-foot fiberglass crack along the entire bottom of the hull. To say that we were paranoid would be a significant understatement. After we got the new boat, the new Blue Top, not too long after, the steering froze. That was our first experience with that happening. We panicked. We thought that we fully broke the entire boat. Nonetheless, we did break the entire steering system. I don't even know how we did it. That was very out of the blue for us. I think we were coming in from the ocean and our steering fully froze and everybody was looking at us. Not a big deal. We called Towboat. They were on standby for us. We decided ultimately to try and make it home by ourselves because although our steering did freeze, if both of us tugged the wheel to one side, we were able to make it home. They are excellent. They were standing by the entire time. They said, if anything changes, just give me a call. They have done so much for us. After that happened, we installed a completely new hydraulic steering system. Hydraulic steering is probably the best steering out there. It's pretty hard to fail. We keep up with our steering fluid. Hydraulic steering rules, and I am forever grateful for it. It was definitely a learning curve. With both Mini and the new Blue Top, we are constantly learning and are so grateful to have these new opportunities that are presented to us, whether it be through maritime marketing or brokerage boats or just learning every time we take the boat out.
As much as we have learned from the old Blue Top, we are continuing to learn so much with the new one, whether it be directly about the technical aspects of boating and wiring and the engine, or just learning about the business in general and the impact that we can have with social media. We have learned so much with all of the issues that happen with the old boat and the new boat, with the steering and with the engine quitting. Those are important times of adversity that you need to learn how to function in. Together we were able to figure out those problems, which definitely furthered our trust in each other, but also our trust in ourselves and being able to handle situations that may come up and you don't know what to do in the moment, but you have to figure it out. And doing those things together was such an incredible experience. And now we know how to handle those situations. We know what to do when the steering freezes. We know what to do if the engine were to ever quit on us. We know what to do in a lot of situations that you really won't learn what to do unless the situation actually happens.
I will say it does help having both of us there because in times where I freeze, which is 99% of the time, Ariana always knows what's going on. Even if she doesn't know the technical mechanical aspects of the boat, she will always tell me, Sophia, calm down, you know what to do. The majority of times she actually knows what to do and she finds a way to solve whatever problem. I like that you mentioned it, and speaking of that topic, running the boat hard really did pave the way for Blue Top Legend as a brand in its entirety. How would you say that we capitalized on that?
We saw a big opportunity. We were already given the platform pretty much because Wavy Boats has such an expansive reach, and with them already posting videos of us. At the time, we didn't have a social media, but the minute that we got one, Wavy Boats was so sweet. They helped us grow our brand. They shouted us out. They started tagging us in their videos. We were pretty much given that platform. It would have been dumb not to take that opportunity and run with it. We saw a big opportunity with social media and we honestly just ran with it.
I like that you say that because I didn't run with it. I started the Blue Top Instagram, claimed the name on Instagram, and posted a few posts. And then I remember a couple weeks went by and I didn't post anything. And you came up to me and you said, Sophia, what are you doing? We should be capitalizing on this. And I said, I don't know. Social media is not my thing. I don't know how to do it. And you said, neither do I. You said, give me the password. So I did. And look what you have turned it into. It is so incredible. Given we did have the support of Wavy Boats, like you said, but again, without you, it would not be where it is today.
It comes from really being authentic. I think that makes such a big difference because we had no prior experience with social media, but it comes down to wanting to share our love for adrenaline and boating. People genuinely seem to love that. We started posting reels of us having genuine fun on the water. We would do raft ups, we would make flip videos, dancing montages, fail videos of tubing and wakeboarding, and people loved seeing the smiles that it put on our faces, and I loved seeing the smiles that it put on other faces because people saw the nature of our fun. And that just happened to bring so many opportunities in yachting and the professional maritime business world. I did push you to explore yacht sales, and now we have Blue Top Yachting, and I recently decided to rebrand my fitness and nutrition coaching business as Blue Top Performance, which is one of our new little branches. I am so excited to continue to grow that, just like I pushed you to grow BTY, and now you're pushing me to grow BTP. It's a full circle moment.
Exactly. I was going to say I would like credit because you did make the decision to pursue a fitness and nutrition brand, but I would like credit, at least some of it, for the name. So thank you.
Exactly. You pushed me to make it part of Blue Top because originally I just had this brand, but like I said before, we were blessed with the platform of Blue Top. And now Sophia started Blue Top Yachting, and that has brought so many connections between both of our brands. And I would love to have the same happen with Blue Top Performance. Our primary goal is still to be able to share our genuine passion and love for boating and adrenaline. But with our partner pages, we're just adding a specific focus on yachting and sales with Blue Top Yachting and in fitness and wellness with Blue Top Performance.
We are still posting our raft up reels or complete fail reels, whether it be flipping or tubing. We're posting that all on Blue Top, but we're also utilizing each of our own interests and pooling that with Blue Top. So Blue Top is like the parent brand of each of our little sister brands.
Exactly. With Blue Top Yachting, it's directly linked to Blue Top Legend. It is still in the boating industry. Now you're just using that platform to be able to share our boating directly by helping connect other people with their dream boats and also helping people sell and get other dream boats. And with Blue Top Performance, ultimately you have to stay fit to handle all the pounding that we take on that little whaler, so it ended up working out perfectly and I absolutely love it. I'm so excited to continue growing this brand.
People really are constantly asking Ariana what she does to stay so fit whenever we're at the lake. They'll come up to us, they see the name on our boat, Blue Top Legend, and we'll be having a conversation. 99% of the time, those people that come up to us at the lake become our close friends, and we see them out there pretty often. So many people will come and ask for her fitness routine or some kind of nutrition plan, and ironically, now she has that profession to be able to say, well, this is actually what I do for a living. So we can actually get you connected in the right way professionally.
It's so nice to be able to share my passion for that. Just like we've been able to share our passion together for Blue Top Legend, and now you've branched out into Blue Top Yachting. I'm so excited to see where Blue Top Performance goes with all of this. With that being said, what would you say is one lesson that we learned about maintaining and caring for the original Blue Top that we now apply to our business with Blue Top Legend and both of our branched businesses?
We have to be so keen to detail, constantly paying attention to everything. Boats are basically in need of routine maintenance and constant attention. Given they do take a lot of money, you have to pull money, you have to pull effort, attention, mechanics, if you look away for a second, they will break. You need to constantly pay attention because they're like expensive children.
I completely agree. I've definitely used that attention to detail that I've learned from boating and placed that into my business with Blue Top Performance because every single individual is so different and they really need that attention to detail because little alterations in their programming, whether it be for fitness or nutrition, can be the thing that makes them start progressing again if they've plateaued. But also, people are human. They're going to need accountability check ins and that attention. It truly has elevated what I've been able to offer by what I've learned with Blue Top Legend.
You're right, and that also applies to our maritime marketing services and our brokerage services because each boat, whether it be filming for fun or for sales, you need to highlight the key features of that individual boat. Each detail, every boat is different. Some might have a seakeeper ride, or some might have outriggers that come with it. Some are built for fishing, some are not so much, more cruiser style. You need to pay attention to what that boat is specifically made to do and what makes it different and worth the value that you're asking for it. Similar to boats, all of our businesses thrive when we stay proactive and are constantly investing time, effort, energy, money, all of those things into it consistently and constantly. It does help that we are both keeping each other accountable. I'm pushing you into Blue Top Performance, you're pushing me in Blue Top Yachting, and we're both pushing each other in Blue Top Legend to keep that business growing. By nurturing our partnerships, staying on top of market data, fine-tuning our customer experience, and being on top of it all, we can keep all of our businesses running smooth and allow us to stay at the very forefront of all of our industries combined.
It's exactly that, nurturing those partnerships, and that is something I've learned a lot from the development of Blue Top Legend and continuing to help grow that brand through social media and also through our in-person interactions. That directly plays into the development of Blue Top Performance and Blue Top Yachting. Ultimately, you have to stay on top of things, especially when you are in a service where you are directly in charge of someone's health and wellness. You have to stay proactive and you have to invest your time into that because those people are trusting in you to help them get better, help them feel better. So putting that time and energy into it is directly rewarding because it's given back to you when these people say that they feel better and they feel more energetic and they feel happier and more confident in themselves. I truly, truly love it, and I'm so grateful that now we have turned Blue Top Legend into each of our specialty niches. I really love it. I'm so excited for this.
You're right. We're in a client-centered business with all three branches of Blue Top, including the main branch. What's one memory from running our original mini Blue Top hard that you will never forget? Because I know I have a lot.
Aside from all the fun memories we've made and all the jumps we've done, one that really sticks out to me is the engine failing in the ocean. That one time after our big jump and we had to cut the engine for some reason. I think someone was in the water and we were playing it safe. We cut the engine, tried turning it back on shortly after, and she decided to just not turn on.
I remember probably 3 or 4 days prior to this, we had begun to have some severe engine failure issues where we couldn't turn her on, and I know we spoke about it in a previous episode. Our dad would usually be the only one that could turn her on, given our dad was at home at the time, which he usually was at home. He didn't come out with us on the boat for reasons because we are insane drivers.
You are an insane driver.
I'll take credit for that. We knew that we were having engine issues, and I remember Ariana and I specifically saying on that day, should we turn the engine off because I don't know if it's going to turn back on. But we had this kid jump in the water because he was on our boat and our engine failed, so he had to go back on his boat where his friends were. He jumped in the water to swim back to his boat. We cut the engines and we tried turning it back on after he got in his boat and it didn't turn on. Ariana and I fully panicked. We did not know what to do. I was panicking. She was still calm. She said, calm down, call a towboat. I didn't know what to do.
Exactly. That's why I think this one stuck out to me because we've had a lot of fun memories on the boat. I could talk for hours about all of the jumps that we made. I vividly remember each one individually, but this was an experience that strongly stuck out to me because this was a moment we learned so much about our boat and how to handle times of adversity because we were in the ocean during a very rough day. There were big waves, water started coming in the boat, we were getting pushed to shore. We had to think fast because there was no time to spare. Stuff was getting dangerous. I was nervous. We were both panicking. Luckily, towboat was nearby. We signaled for them to come. They responded super quickly. It was nice because we didn't have to call them. They were already there. We got very lucky with that. We managed to get their line on our tow hook from inside the boat. We reached over. Because of the strong current and the really large waves, it was actually ripped out. So we had to tie to the cleat, and we ended up driving out with a completely ripped out tow hook, which was great. We did end up fixing that. Given that the tow hook is on the front of the boat, there was a massive hole in the boat now because that was ripped. It took out a large part of the actual hull. That was another issue to worry about regarding already our engine failing after our dad told us not to go in the ocean specifically. As we all know, that's happened numerous times. And then on top of the water getting in the boat and all of the issues we've been having, the engine failures, now we have a massive hole in the boat.
What were we thinking going out in probably 8 to 10 waves with whitecaps? It's not like they were 8 to 10 surfers. No. Those were strong whitecaps in a 13-foot boat. I don't think we were thinking our tow hook got ripped out. No big deal. Our dad wasn't mad. He fixed it. We were very, very blessed. God was definitely watching over us in that moment. We were, safe to say, completely shook after that experience. We vowed to be careful from now on going in the ocean, given that vow did last about 3.5 days until we were back to our normal ways. But it definitely took a toll on us mentally, and I don't think we ever went out in those conditions again. Maybe 1% less, but not those.
We still did go out when it was wild, but we definitely waited after that happened for the engine to be fixed. We took the engine in somewhere to have it professionally looked at, and we did not take it out in the ocean until that was fixed because we were so scared after that had happened. We didn't know what to do. We got so lucky with towboat. They actually had to tow us all the way home, and the man that towed us with towboat gave us his contact directly for if we ever had a problem again, given our history in the ocean and how wild we tend to be. We were very grateful for that. We spent the next few days with our dad trying to figure out what the issue was with the engine. It did end up being a wiring issue from having the engine submerged when someone tried to pull the plugs. Because the boat is 13 feet and it was stored on a jet ski dock, when someone let the winch down and tried to pull the plugs, the engine ended up being submerged in addition to all of the gas, which likely caused that problem, given all of the science behind that. That's a story for another time. With some rewiring and simple gas replacement, she was up and running about as good as an old two-stroke can get. It was definitely a learning experience, but it's not one that I would ever regret happening, and I'm grateful that it did because we learned a lot about how to handle times of adversity, but also what to do in that situation in general. It did definitely allow us to focus more on promoting safe boating practices. We were just having fun. It was all about fun, but we were definitely letting our adrenaline get the best of us. That let us take a step back and realize that we should be using our platform to be promoting safer boating practices while also, of course, having fun and letting your adrenaline happen sometimes, but not letting it get the best of you. Sophia, if you could go back and give us one piece of advice during all of those repairs and all of those scary moments, what would it be?
Have faith and don't go straight to the negative. You need to remember that a lot of the times it's a small problem on the boat and it can so easily be fixed with a small wire adjustment or a little bit of WD-40. That has happened so many times to us where I thought that I broke our entire speaker system, given I did actually break our entire speaker system 3 times, but probably 57 other times it was just in need of a little wiring adjustment. Thankfully, our dad knew exactly what he was doing because I did not. I remember so many times that I was worried, oh, this is the end of Blue Top. The problem we're facing, it's never going to be fixable, but we always found a solution without fail. If you're thinking your boat is never going to work again, I don't know if other people think like that or if we are just absolutely insane. Your boat will be able to work again and you will always find a solution. We went through so much fiberglass and a lot of marine text. I'm talking jars of marine text. And if you know what that is, it's like this putty that you can put on small fiberglass cracks. Our entire hull bottom is pretty cracked up on the new blue top.
It was basically made out of marine tags at that point.
Pretty much. Last time I took it to international, or one of the last times, they looked at it, got mad at me, took all of the marine text off, and refiberglassed it so she looks pretty now. The moral of the story is there's always a solution. For us, it's thanks to our dad and West Marine Boat Owners Warehouse and mainly International Marine. They have done so much for our boat. It's so important to have each other, especially in times like that, because we both kept each other positive. Having each other really did make it fun to fix the boat. We would listen to music, learn about all these things that our dad was doing to fix the boat, whether it be a simple wiring issue or some complete rewiring thing, because 99% of the time it was a wire issue. To be able to do it together makes it so much more special. It's a family bonding moment. And Ariana and I were not always close. I would definitely say that the boat has made us so inseparable and so much closer than we used to be.
We have gotten so close. We were always relatively close after, I'd say, 8 years old. When we grew up a little bit, we were getting closer. It was the boat and fixing it and going out and putting my full trust in Sophia and being able to handle scary moments like the engine failing in the ocean together that truly brought us so much closer. After that and with the boat, we have become inseparable. It was so hard to leave her going to college, but it truly brought us so close because of the time that we spent together, and that is the most quality time that you could spend. I was putting my full faith in her not to kill me every time we went out there, but also being able to handle those crazy times together and know that we were going to be okay because we were together, we were going to figure it out, we both kept each other calm. I will never forget the memories that we made on that boat.
I remember you saying to me, actually, every time we would go out after that one really scary moment and it was a little bit wild out, you would always say to me, Sophia, be careful. I trust you, but be careful. And those 3 words, I trust you, made a big difference, because if she just said, Sophia, calm down, be careful, I would have started to panic. And Ariana knows me well enough to include that little word of affirmation right there to keep me calm, but also tell me I know what I'm doing, but it's important to stay safe. And that really did make a difference. Given, why do you think that this project became such an important part of who we are as individuals and as a brand?
That 13-foot whaler became our brand. Without the boat and all of its issues, engine failures, repairs, crazy moments, adrenaline jumps, bridge jumps that we did with her, and everything that came with it, we wouldn't have a story to tell. Every repair had a story to tell. Whether it was the nails that were loose on the railing because we backflipped off of them, or having the speakers constantly needing to be replaced and rewired because we blast music and have the time of our lives every time we go out on that boat, or the fiberglass having to be repaired frequently because of how much we pound her, or the engine having to be rewired because it spends more time out of the water than in it. Each repair truly has its own story, and that 13-foot whaler, along with all of the stories that we have developed with it and all the experience that we have gained with it, has become our story to tell and has made up our brand.
I would like it noted that each of these repairs that you stated have been done numerous times. It wasn't just a one and done thing. We were constantly repairing that boat and constantly bonding with our family.
Exactly. A family bonding experience, and because of that, I would not change anything that has happened. Ultimately, it's been these experiences that have brought me closer to you and to our dad, and these experiences have become our brand. Without them, all of the issues, all of the different jumps we've made, all of the crazy things that have happened, we wouldn't be the Blue Top Legends. It's been that has brought our brand together and made us so unique from everyone else. What is one value that we learned from those early days that you would say still drives us today?
We said it once, we'll say it a million more times. Never stop learning. Never be the smartest person in the room. As weird as it sounds to say, surround yourself with people that are better than you. There has never been a moment in the entirety of our existence, the entirety of owning boats, that we have ever come close to knowing everything. Every time I go to international, it's always something. They fix something and I go, how did you do it? They go, Sophia, do you want to know? I do. And they tell me, and I still don't understand what they're saying. They're trying to teach me and I'm trying to learn. It's definitely a learning curve. It's a learning experience. They have a lot of patience. to deal with me and the amount that I break the boat and the amount that I want to learn. I've even stayed there a little bit while they're fixing the boat. I remember one time before I had to go up to Stewart for a showing, our engine was broken. Our engine wasn't working, and this was on the new Blue Top. We had no idea what was going on. They didn't know what was going on until about 2.5 seconds later when they figured it out and said, Sophia, go to your showing, pick the boat up when you're done. I said, are you sure it's going to be done? Because I will only be gone for about 2 hours. They said, Sophia, go. I promise you it'll be done. They had the boat done. They didn't even tell me what was wrong because I was panicking. They always do such a good job. At this point, we have become such almost masters with marine text because of the amount that we've used it on our boat, because International won't let us use it, but I still do. International has been the biggest blessing for our boat as a whole. Our brand, our lives, they have done so much for us. They are like family to us. We definitely do need to learn a little bit of throttle control to maybe save our boat and maybe not have to bring it to International so much, but like I said, it's all a learning experience.
It's all an experience. It's our brand. Throttle control is great, but sometimes you do have to let the adrenaline get the best of you just to live a little bit. Those early days weren't always easy, but they truly gave us the skills, the resilience, and the vision that drives Blue Top Legend today. That's it for this episode of the Blue Top Podcast. Thanks for tuning in. We loved having you on board.
Make sure to follow us on social media for more behind-the-scenes moments and updates from Blue Top Legend and Blue Top Yachting. And remember, we're all about navigating excellence and anchoring trust.
Don't forget to keep that throttle pinned.
And as always, don't touch my throttle. We'll see you next
time. See you next time.